Hi guys, this is a redirect to my reaction to The Legend of Korra Season 3, Episodes 7, 8 and 9. Another triple reaction that was absolutely brilliant. I absolutely love these episodes. I really like this season. It's just so intense now, like damn, like it keeps stepping up. Like the plot just thickens and it gets more chaotic as I go on. Wow, okay, so firstly we saw that Jinora and Kai, they were kidnapped in the first episode, episode 7, and basically Tenzin was having a really hard time trying to teach the airbender recruits how to be an air nomad, as well as improving their airbending. Like they were just really unmotivated and they just didn't they were not interested in airbending that much. So Tenzin sought Bumi's advice, even though Bumi is like having a hard time being an air nomad, trying to be an air nomad because he's just so different compared to Tenzin. Tenzin was just being really strict towards and didactical towards the airbender recruits, and Bumi was like, you need to show more leadership. You need to be a proper leader when trying to teach them the airbending ways. So basically adopting a military style type of teaching. So yeah, that's what Tenzin did, and Jinora was just like, you're just being too harsh towards them, and like they're just still learning and adjusting to the air nomad life. um I thought he was being a bit too much with the way he was like he woke them up really early in the morning, and it seemed so military style the way he was teaching them. It's very, very strict basically. But like they did learn, it did work. It's just not the type of teaching that I do personally. But I'm someone who's more laid back when I teach. I'm someone who like tries to engage my students by teaching them in a more fun way. Still learning, of course, but they did learn eventually. They learned a couple of techniques, how to improve their airbending with some activities. Meanwhile, Jinora had a falling out with Tenzin. Jinora really wants her airbending tattoos. The relationship between Jinora and Kai is really cute. Kai is just a bit rebellious, and I was getting a little bit concerned about whether he was going to be a bad influence on Jinora. But I mean, he did protect Jinora, so yeah, he tried his best to like rescue her when she got kidnapped. But firstly, like yeah, Jinora really wants her airbending tattoos, because she's pretty much almost at master level in airbending. Tenzin he was just having a hard time trying to like see his oldest daughter as a grown up now. I mean, she's not a proper grown up, but she's old enough to like be a master, or almost old enough to be a master now. So it's only a matter of time until she gets her airbending tattoo. Also, then Jinora and Kai, they were like meeting these baby bisons. Oh my god, it was so adorable. Whenever I see the Sky Bisons, especially the baby ones, they're just so cute. Oh man, oh, why can't they be real creatures? Why can't they be real animals? I want to touch them, I want to hold them, I want to ride on them. They're just so adorable. Oh man, it makes me feel so good. But then those scumbags, there were some scumbags that tried to steal the Sky Bisons, including the baby ones, to basically sell them off as like meat to the Earth Queen, or to Bosing Say, and I was just absolutely disgusted. And they were basically also kidnapping Jinora and Kai because they found them out to be airbenders. Fuck's sake, man, I swear I hate this Earth Queen. She's just absolute bitch every single way. So Bumi found out because Jinora managed to use her spirit to tell Bumi's Bumjum spirit, and then Bumjum told Bumi, and Bumi was able to actually understand vaguely what Jim was saying, which is a bit odd, but I mean it's good that he can understand the spirits. So yeah, Bumi, like he didn't even tell Tenzin that his own daughter is kidnapped, and I thought that was a bit fucked up. Like I don't care how bad your relationship is with your brother. If it's your brother's kid, you should tell them that their daughter's kidnapped. So, you know, but nonetheless, Bumi, like he was really trying to be the leader, leading and motivating the airbenders to take action to save Jinora and Kai. So it was really nice seeing him take that leadership role, because he just seemed like, so far I've just like seen him being a comic relief type of character. There was that one moment where he was absolutely brilliant, but apart from that, in the previous episode, but apart from that, I just felt he was like, at least Sokka had some great badass moments, and I wish they would give Bumi like some skills, you know, like rather than being kind of useless. No offense, but like I just feel like he could do more, you know. And we did see that he does have natural leadership skills, and he was trying to teach Tenzin to be more like that. And with that, the airbenders were motivated enough to take action and save Jinora and Kai. So yeah, it was real experience for them to like be involved in like a real mission, really, because it was a real life mission. It wasn't just training when they were doing that. So yeah, they managed to save Jinora. Kai, like he was so angry that they took Jinora after he was saved. And it was like he was really like attacking him with airbending so much. Tenzin had to stop him. But yeah, like it's all good. They managed to save Jinora and Kai. And Tenzin like rekindled his relationship with Jinora. He's now understanding that she is pretty much ready, almost ready to get her airbending tattoo. In the next episode, we saw that the 4 ex-prisoners, also known as the Red Lotus, they were heading their way towards the metal city called Laozu. I think it's called Laozu, because Zaheer found out that Korra is actually in that city, because he has some sort of psychic link to be able to do that. Don't really know how that works, but yeah. So yeah, they actually managed to sneak in, and at first I was like, how the hell did they just easily manage to sneak in, considering that the metal city is supposed to be the most secure city, with the metal shields going over the city, you know. So how the hell did they get in? It turns out that there was an inside job. So there was a traitor within the guards, and it was actually what was his name, EY or something. EY, yeah. Basically, Sue's lie detector guy, the lie detector guy, was actually the one that allowed the Red Lotus to enter so easily through a secret passageway through his own room, through his own apartment. So that guy is an absolute snake, an absolute traitor to Sue. Sue trusted this guy, and he just turned out to be a fucking liar. So he was on the run. Mako actually suspected that it was him, because he was not being proactive enough in actually interrogating the 18-year-old guard that they thought was like, that they knew was that actually allowed the Red Lotus to come in. But it wasn't just him, it was actually EY who allowed the Red Lotus to come in. And basically that battle between the Red Lotus and Korra and them, like, damn man, that was such a lit fight. So it was basically the Red Lotus wanted to kidnap Korra and they failed to do that. They did have like this tranquilizers to stop Korra from moving, from using airbending, but because of the teamwork between Lin, Sue, and everyone, they just worked really well together, using the metal bending or the other bendings to, and using the environment around them, because you know the metal bending stuff, like they managed to stop the Red Lotus from taking Korra away. Props to Lin and Sue in particular, because they were the ones, Lin was the one that took Korra away, and Mako and Bolin, they were like trying to distract the Red Lotus, so yeah, very good teamwork. So after that incident, Korra and the crew, they were trying to find out who is the culprit, and they found out it was EY. EY sneakily managed to get away, so they were tracking him down, and they tracked him down to the Misty Palms location, if I got that name right, and they were in disguise as Mako and Bolin. They managed to actually find him whilst Korra was trying to find out where his next location would be, and it turns out that EY is actually meditating and going into the spirit world, so Korra had to go into the spirit world, and she actually spoke to Zaheer. So in the spirit world, Zaheer and Korra spoke about Zaheer's ideology, who he is and stuff. So he revealed that him and the other three ex-prisoners, they are known as the Red Lotus, and their mission is to restore freedom in the world, because they don't like the tyrannical rulers in the world. So like the Fire Lord, the tyrannical Earth Queen, the president of Republic City, like he doesn't like the fact that there's order. He wants the world to be in disorder. That's his ideology. Korra didn't agree with that, and she also found out that Unalak was actually the one that came up with the idea to kidnap Korra all those years ago, because the Red Lotus and Unalak kidnapped Korra a long time ago, to make her open spirit portals. That was the idea. Obviously they failed, and then Unalak betrayed Zaheer and them and made them like get imprisoned. His mission was actually a really selfish one. He was an absolute snake. The fact that he tricked Zaheer and them into like coming up with this plan which didn't even work, and then they got imprisoned, and Unalak for like so long was seen as innocent until like season 2 came. So yeah, that's just really fucked up, yo. Damn, man, Unalak was involved in all of that. Like, damn, man, he was Korra's uncle, and he would do that. Absolute evil bastard. So I found Zaheer's ideology, obviously I don't agree with it. I think there is a need for order and rules. They serve a purpose to make sure that everyone, at least to some extent, is following moral, civil rules. I don't like the idea of the world turning into chaos, but that's his ideology. He wants there to be disorder, everyone to be free to do whatever they want, it seems. Actually, there is a need for order. It reminds me of like the kind of basically like last year I had some lectures. One of my modules was on knowledge and power, and understanding that there is order and chaos in the world. So the idea is that governments, they establish these rules to maintain order in society. There is actually a need for that. Otherwise there's going to be a lot of criminals doing a lot of bad things, a lot of evil doings being done if there was complete chaos, you know. So yeah, and then meanwhile Korra's life was in danger, because he sent two of his prisoners to not two of his prisoners, two of his members to go after Korra in the physical world. Mako and Bolin had to fend them off, but actually they got caught themselves. They were defeated themselves, and they were taken in as prisoners. Meanwhile, Korra and Asami are prisoners now. They were taken in by some, was it the Tylee, some people from the Ba Sing Se. So they are being taken to Ba Sing Se, and Zaheer still does not have Korra, but he does have Mako and Bolin. So yeah, that's really bad that they're all kidnapped now. I don't know what's gonna happen next. But yeah, they're off to Ba Sing Se now to get Korra back. Yeah, so a lot has happened in these episodes. What you think of these episodes? Let me know and stay tuned for more.